Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, previewing a selection of games from NFL Week 12. Right now we're going to take a look at Tampa Bay, Chicago. Joe, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having me, Peter.
All right, we'll hear what you have to say about this one. Always an interesting handicapping situation when you have Jay Cutler at home as a favorite, because it always looks so dangerous. You're like, a blowout by the Bears would not be a shock, but then he's always disappointing. So we'll see what you have to say about it. Before we get to it, give a plug for OffshoreInsiders.com. Tell everyone why you're such a fearless handicapper and why you'll take any game that I ask you to cover with us.
Yeah, well, because, I'm one of the very few who's full-time in the business, and I can tell you the number is minuscule who have been full-time for more than a quarter century. I have, going back to the score phone days, this gray in my beard is well-earned. 27 years publicly, my plays, and I've been betting and handicapping before that. And just get it all at OffshoreInsiders.com. Just every day. We'll tell you what we've got and what latest runs are. OffshoreInsiders.com.
Well, Chicago is a 5.5-point home favorite. The total's 46 or 46.5. And Tampa Bay went into, relatively weak Washington and got a big win there. And I wasn't expecting the outright win or the blowout that they got. But I did think that Tampa Bay had some value, and I did bet that one. And the Bears also won at Minnesota. It was a low-scoring game, not a convincing win, but they were only a 3-point favorite, so they did get the cover, and that was a few guys tipped us off to that one in our videos last week. Two guys like Chicago at -3. Here they're -5.5 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, a flawed team, obviously, but Mike Evans at receiver is looking great. And I'm thinking that maybe the over might be a play here, just because, Chicago can be so dangerous with Cutler to their receivers. I mean, they should be able to do more on offense than they did last week, so I'm expecting some kind of a better performance here on offense. I haven't checked the weather, and I'm probably going to, wait until I see a reliable weather report before I, bet the over big here. But I'm thinking that, maybe the over at 46 might be the best way to go here. As far as the side, I don't know. It's just kind of you never know what you're going to get with Cutler and the Bears offense, or the defense for that matter. What's your take on this game, Joe?
Yeah, no, and I teased this on one or two of the other videos, but a surprise to nobody who's gotten my plays for the last, several years. Jay Cutler, far and away, he is the worst quarterback in the NFL off of a win. The term that we use a lot, and we use a lot successfully, predictably unpredictable, but since 2003, he is the worst quarterback in the NFL off of a win, or the best to bet against, actually, but he's 22-36 against the spread following a win. He's playing Tampa, especially with NBA here. This is a very profitable angle that we use, our dichotomous straight up and ATS team, but Tampa has been a big time that. And basically, again, if you've never heard it before, you're watching this for the first time, what it says is if a team is winning and not covering, or if they're losing and they are covering, continue to ride that spread streak. There's a bunch of different reasons behind it, but Tampa, despite a 2-9 straight up record, they're actually done very well on the road. They're 4-1 against the spread on the road. And both of these teams have played better on the road. This will surprise some people, but Tampa is 2-3 straight up on the road. That's better than Chicago's home record, which is 1-3 straight up. And based on a lot of the people, I read a bunch of stuff, people who watch the game films. I think that a lot of people will tell you, if they were to say which units, offensive or defensive units especially, including special teams, so what units have really underachieved relative to their talent? I think they'll tell you that Tampa Bay's defense is better than they've shown this year. Part of it's they've spent so much time on the field. But Tampa Bay's got an underrated defense, and Jay Cutler, this is a situation we've thrived on. He's coming off of a win and laying points, laying more than the normal HFA, the home field advantage. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay here.
All right, Tampa Bay +5.5. So you're not worried about, it's just Cutler to those receivers is always just looming so dangerous. They're so tall and so fast, and it looks like they can put up points in a hurry against anyone if they can get in sync. What do you think about a shot with the over 46?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. And I'll tell you what, once Chicago finally wakes up and gets themselves a quarterback, that 1-2 punch in Chicago, they have the best 1-2 punch at wide receiver. And if they ever get a real, look, you saw Josh McDowell. He's a terrible quarterback. You saw how well he played last year with those receivers. So, yeah, no, there's no such thing as something that's 100% in Chicago with those receivers. It's tremendous. Jeffries and Marshall, there's not a better 1-2 punch in the league. Or Jeffrey, and they make me a little bit nervous, but we're about going with the high percentage play, and the high percentage play is Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay +5.5, the current widely available line. Thanks so much, Joe.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.